Now, the death toll from a fire at a shopping mall in the Pakistani city of Karachi has risen to 26 as rescue efforts continue. Authorities say at least 73 people are still missing 2 days after the blaze tore through the complex. The building contained around 1,200 shops. The fire reduced parts of the mall to rubble, making search efforts difficult. Al Jazeera's Kamal Haider joins us live now from Karachi. Kamal, so what more have officials been saying about the death toll and the number of people still missing after the fire?
Well, that figure continues to rise. The latest figure is from the authorities that 83 people are now unaccounted for, and they may still be in the building. Of course, this is no longer a rescue mission, as many of the authorities say it is. This is more of a recovery mission. It has shown the inadequate response of the fire brigade that was on duty. However, there was no water available, and of course, water itself is not adequate to deal with such fires. You need retardants, you need special materials, and as you can see, the smoke is still billowing out. The teams that are on the standby outside are just beginning to venture inside because the structure is not safe, and it is only when they're able to enter will they be able to get a true account of the death toll, not to mention the fact that some of these people would be burned beyond recognition, and it will take a long time for them to be identified. So indeed, it is now day 3, and still there is no word about those people who are missing and the people who are stuck inside. But it has been a huge disaster, hundreds of shops gutted, all their belongings with it, and of course many people trapped inside.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out, Kamal, that deadly fires are a recurring problem in Pakistan's major cities. So how are the authorities dealing with the issue of fire and building safety broadly?
Well, Pakistan has institutionalized corruption. The city administration is incompetent. The political administration is also incompetent. And just to give you an example, there was a recent audit which showed that out of 266 buildings along 3 major avenues, only 90% had smoke detectors and fire alarms. So that shows you how poorly the country or the city is equipped to deal with such emergencies. It should be a wake-up call. But Pakistan is a country which only reacts after a disaster happens, promises are made, and then they are forgotten because, as I mentioned, corruption runs high, and of course the inadequacy and incompetence of the government and the authorities is something that is also to blame. So people are very angry. They want to know what happened to their loved ones who are still unaccounted for, and of course it will take some time for these teams. Now this is a recovery operation, it must be understood now, no longer a rescue operation, for them to find out what happened inside, what was the death toll, the people who were stuck inside, unable to get out when that fire started because the electricity went off, and nobody had a clue as to where the exits were. Now this is a huge complex, and you can imagine there would have been terrible scenes inside.
All right, Kamal Haider live for us there in Karachi. Kamal, thank you.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.